Welcome to The Origins, the series where we explore the fascinating history behind the world's most iconic sporting events, teams and athletes. Today we dive into the story of the Australian Open, one of tennis's greatest Grand Slam tournaments. From its modest beginnings to its rise as the Happy Slam, the Australian Open is a tale of resilience, growth and evolution. The story of the Australian Open begins in 1905, over a century ago, when it was first held as the Australasian Championships. The tournament was played at the Warehousemen's Cricket Ground in Melbourne. Back then it was a small affair with just 17 players competing in the men's singles draw. Women's singles wouldn't join the event until 1922. In its early years the tournament faced significant challenges. Australia's remote location made it difficult for international players to travel there. In fact, it wasn't until the 1920s that overseas players began to participate regularly. In 1927, the tournament was officially renamed the Australian Championships, reflecting its growing prestige. However, it still rotated between various Australian and New Zealand cities, including Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth and even Christchurch. Despite its challenges, the tournament began to attract more top players and its reputation as a major event grew. By the 1960s, the Australian Championships was widely considered as one of the 4 Grand Slam tournaments alongside Wimbledon, the French Open and the US Open. In 1969, tennis entered the Open era, allowing both amateurs and professionals to compete together for the first time. This marked a turning point for the tournament, which was renamed the Australian Open. Despite the new era, the Australian Open struggled to attract the same level of star power as the other Grand Slams due to its timing during the holiday season and its remote location. However, iconic players like Rod Laver and Margaret Court, both Australians, helped elevate the tournament's stature. Laver achieved his second Grand Slam in 1969, winning all 4 major titles in the same year, including the Australian Open. Meanwhile, Margaret Court cemented her legacy as one of the greatest players of all time, winning an astonishing 11 Australian Open singles titles. In 1988, a major transformation occurred. The tournament moved from the grass courts of Koolyong to its current home at Melbourne Park. This relocation marked a new era for the Australian Open, which adopted hard courts and state-of-the-art facilities, including retractable roofs on its main arenas. With this move, the Australian Open became a more attractive destination for international players. The timing was adjusted to January, ensuring it kicked off the tennis calendar year and it began to truly shine as a global sporting spectacle. Today, the Australian Open is known as the Happy Slam, a nickname coined by Roger Federer to describe its fun, player-friendly atmosphere. It has become a place where records are shattered and legends are born. No conversation about the modern Australian Open is complete without mentioning Novak Djokovic, who has dominated the tournament with a record 10 titles. Serena Williams has also left her mark here, winning 7 singles titles and inspiring countless fans. The Australian Open has also embraced diversity and innovation. It was the first Grand Slam to introduce night matches, electric line calling and a heat policy to protect the players. It's not just a tournament, it's a celebration of tennis and Australian culture. From a modest tournament on a grass cricket ground to one of the most beloved Grand Slams in the world, the Australian Open's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance and innovation. As the first Grand Slam of the year, it continues to set the tone for the tennis season, bringing excitement and inspiration to millions of fans around